Now, this is the Christmas season, and Anita Ikeata-Onwumere is a uniquely skilled interior designer with over half a decade's experience in interior design solutions. In 2015, she started Interiors by McCoy, I like that, which offers completion of carcass to fully finished furnished homes. She is about to dish out some decorating ideas for Christmas. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. We were just talking about the fact that we're in Lagos, and sometimes last year I went out, I said, oh, I'm going to go and get Christmas decorations. And by the time I spent like 22,000, I discovered that it wasn't much. And so a lot of people shy away from that because once you think about Christmas decorations, the first thing that comes to your mind is money. And, so if you're going to do something really, really grand and nice, it has to be like 50 or 100,000. But you're saying it doesn't have to be that way.
Exactly. There are lots of DIY, do-it-yourself online. I personally use the Advent calendar in my home. Now, Advent is a preparation of the birth of Jesus. So I use cardboard and I use markers and gums. Sometimes you can play with different colors of cardboard, just depending on what you want. If you want more colors in your space, then you can date them from December 1st to 25th of December and put it on an obvious wall in your home. There are so many of them. They even have Christmas balls are not just for the Christmas trees. You have to, play around with things. You can put these Christmas balls on the centerpiece, put them and put sprinkles of glitters on it. You can put garlands around it, put candles. These are, cheap and effective way to design your home for Christmas.
So let's talk about colors, because I think one of the challenges that we'll also talk about lights and some of the things that can easily become very expensive when it comes to budgets. Because I know that many families are thinking, okay, how do I create a balance among these things? You said one of the things to focus on is colors.
Yes.
When you're making choices.
Yes. First and foremost, you have to look at the existing colors in your sitting room or in your home. Now, if your home is already colorful, you do not want to go all out and too colorful. You have to choose probably something like this. You can use purple Christmas balls, ornaments on the green tree.
Right.
You can use silver, you can use white, something just to make it, the synergy will flow in the whole room.
Okay, so really, really important. Then let's talk about budgets, because like I said, after spending so much, I then discovered that you had this one thing that you could just put on the door, and then another thing. Then my wife was like, okay, so where did you, so all your 22,000, what did you spend it on? So when you're making a budget, so after maybe you've done the things that you can do by yourself in the house, what should you be thinking about, and what places should you go if you want to buy like Christmas ornaments and decorate?
Okay, I went to ShopRite sometime last week and I saw some very unique accessories.
Not too expensive.
Yes, you have to keep looking for unique accessories and you can, there are lots of stores. There's Lagos Island, if you're working on a budget. There's a place called Dosomu. You can go there, you get your Christmas items for very affordable price.
Okay, so when it comes to other things, the things that you can make by yourself, you talked about using cardboards. Are there any other materials that people can use if they're doing like proper DIYs for their homes?
Okay, you can also use a ribbon. You notice sometimes, and if you have a staircase in your home, some people just play around with ribbons and lights. And if you realize that probably your budget for the light is way over the top, you can just use ribbons, and you can use these Christmas stockings you can put on your staircase, and garlands as well around your space.
So all those things would just work and give you that feel.
Yes.
Okay, so you talked about one of the things that you mentioned was if your house is already colorful, you want to use things that don't overpower and are not too loud. But then if your house is not too colorful, like maybe you have mostly grays and blacks in the living room, what should you be looking at?
Then you can go all out with colors. You can Christmas tree is like a combination of 3-4 colors. Usually the green and maybe 3 other colors. There are 2 main colors that should be put in your tree. And don't forget, while filling up your Christmas tree, fill the inner part of the Christmas tree, because you realize that sometimes your tree doesn't look like it should, because it's not filled up properly. So it's very important for you to have that in mind.
So sometimes, you know, like you watch all these Christmas movies and everything looks very nice and dandy, and, you know, the Christmas trees look very full. But when you then buy your own Nigerian Christmas tree, it does looks a bit, a bit funny. So how do you make sure that the tree and the design and everything is fuller, or as full as you see in pictures?
Sometimes the problem is you do not flap out the wings of your Christmas tree very well. So you have to flap it out. It works in the execution. You have to work on, you know, bringing out those wings out appropriately, then placing them well. And of course, they have the steps. If you notice that they're not up to about 5 steps, do not get the tree, then it's not yes.
Okay, so then you just end up being a tiny tree. And please don't buy trees in traffic, because it's terrible. I remember a few years ago, I just said, we don't have a Christmas tree. It's 2 days before Christmas. I just bought one in traffic, and it was terrible. Oh my God. I mean, you could put it on the dining table. But there's something that you said which was instructive, using YouTube, going on YouTube and getting design ideas. So how effective is that for families, especially those on the budget?
It's effective because you can see a whole range of ideas in there. What works for me might not be what works for you. Personally, I use advent calendars, I use Christmas balls, I use paper decorations in my home, and it looks amazing. So you have to bring out the time and, you know, look at what works for you and how you want your home to look like.
So there are people who say for bigger homes that you would probably need like a professional like you to hire a decorator to help in giving it a lot of boost, or maybe in an office. Would you also advise that?
You can do both, sourcing items from, you know, the markets and from the stores, and you can also do some DIY. Some
DIY,
yes,
very
yourself,
important as well. You're talking about using paper. So when you say using paper, that means that you will actually do the cutting yourself.
Yes, you do the cutting yourself. You use rulers, and, you know, you cut and you mark the territory that you want to cut off. So
let's say you want to cut out like a bow, you then draw it out and then cut. So that's a lot of work.
Yes, and there are some shapes also. You can buy some shapes. There are so many shapes. There's the triangular, there's the love. So you can buy these shapes and use it to cut out just what you want.
So that will probably be, you probably will then need to go to like an art shop. That sell art materials and paint and things like that. Okay, so it looks like it's a lot of work when you're talking about DIY. So probably getting the kids involved as well would also be nice to create some fun around it.
Yes.
Okay, really, really important.
Yeah, and you know, children actually look forward to Christmas. So it's even a better way to engage them on the DIY, do it yourself, and, you know, make them feel that, you know, feeling of fun, excitement, Christmassy feeling. I think DIY works perfectly when you have children and you're a creative kind of person.
Wow, this is very, very nice. Thank you so much, Anita, for joining us, and for shedding some light in this dicey areas, because some people, you know, you see a very nice picture, you try to recreate it in your home, and it just looks like it's not great. But thank you so much for shedding some light on that.